Hey guys, Video Games Incorporated here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Simpsons Road Rage. Now this is the Gamecube version of the game, and it is being played on Dolphin, and if that changes anything, whatever, I played it on Dolphin, and, well, if the emulators the cause for the glitches, then I didn't see any proof that the emulator causes glitches in the game, but maybe you know better than me. And if you do, put it in the comments below. Now I'm going to talk about the good first, so we can start on a good note. The Simpsons Road Rage is a very fun little arcade-style crazy taxi game where you can play as Simpsons characters. I found it engaging and fun to play as the characters. There are a ton of characters that you can unlock, and there is like a problem, but I'll get to that later. And the missions, although there aren't many, are also kind of fun and very challenging, like very, very challenging. And there's also multiplayer, which I didn't play as much and I don't have any footage of, but I played it like once or twice, and it's very satisfying to get a really good score. It just feels so good. And, it's a fun little game. And there are definitely funny moments for the Simpsons fans out there. You drive people from the show. They say funny things. From my knowledge, it's the original voice actors too, and if it's not, they're very good impressionists. And you drive them to places in the show, and sometimes they actually say something related to the character you're playing. It's hard to explain, but it's really good, and when it works well. But sometimes the characters just say something very stupid because it's kind of on a randomizer what the characters say. But, it's not a big deal, and it's just like a little laugh. So that's my positives for this game. What about the negatives? Oh, there are problems with this game. Oh god, there are problems. Now, first off, there are only like 5 or 6 maps, which this was a retail game when it came out. That's not a lot of maps. And although there are a lot of characters, there are 2 problems. One, unlocking the characters is like a pain in the ass. You have to earn between $50,000 to $100,000, and it takes a very long time. This isn't exactly a big problem, but the characters don't have any stats, so all the cars are the same besides the size. And if you're worried about the size, then a car that you unlock in the very beginning, Grandpa's car, is the best because it's the smallest. All the big cars are like, why would you even want to use the big cars when you can use the small cars? The big cars always bump into things and get in the way, when you can just use Grandpa's car or like Homer's original car or something, because that's like a smaller car. So really there is no point in unlocking the other cars unless you are a completionist like I kind of am, or unless you want to hear the dialogue, but you're probably just going to play the car once and then just go back to the car that you like the most. Now, another problem is the ending. If you don't want to have it, well, I'm not going to talk about, well, it's not a story-heavy game, as you could probably tell, but if you don't want to have it spoiled, skip to the part shown on the screen. But the ending is so unsatisfying. It's just a little cutscene. It's just a little stupid cutscene. And you don't get anything for it. You don't get a car. You don't get anything. You have to make $1 million, and that takes a while to make. And you don't get anything at all for all your trouble. You get a little cutscene of Mr. Burns saying, like, oh, you suck. And then he opens a trap door and you fall down. So that's pretty crap. The missions are a side attraction in the game. The missions are like, just a little side thing. At least when you finish all 10 of the missions, which are really challenging, or at least some of them, at least when you finish the missions, you get a new car. And that car is kind of cool. But when you actually get $1 million freaking dollars in the game, you get nothing but a cutscene. Thanks. But none of these are big problems compared to the glitches. Oh my god, this game. I do know that this game was made in like under a year and rushed to market. But holy crap. Now, if you just play for like a little bit, or if you're like really bad at the game, you may not notice them. But after you play for longer periods of time, and you get better and better and faster, you start to notice these glitches, and they get in the way. And they're not like huge. Well, most of them aren't huge. They're little things, but they're speed bumps, so they really slow you down. And it's just a pain to have to. You actually have to slow down to prevent some glitches, because you actually you like flip over sometimes. It's really weird. And there's this bus, and the point of the bus is to be reckless and crash into everything and stuff, you know? That makes sense. But the bus sometimes in narrow paths gets stuck. And when the bus gets stuck, you can't get past. And you have to kind of nudge it or something. And it just wastes a bunch of time. And there's just so many miscellaneous little glitches. There's this one glitch that actually isn't that bad. And it's if you drift and run into something, or like you kind of clip it on the side, you'll go shooting out, you'll go flying. And it's kind of, I don't know if that's supposed to be a glitch or just a trick, but that would be a kind of weird trick in my book. But yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm using Dolphin. Like I said, I didn't see anything about the Simpsons Road Rage being specifically glitchy on Dolphin, but who knows? If you know, put it in the comments below. And there's one more problem: the consistency. The consistency in the game's levels, in the destination, in the missions are really bad. And I mean difficulty consistency. Like the missions, they're like easy mission, easy mission, easy mission, easy mission, hard mission, easy, 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 and then hard. It makes no sense. There's no like slope. It's just random. It's completely random, and it makes no sense. And also there's only one map that's worthwhile. There's only one map in the game that gets you the big bucks. It's the easiest map in the game, and I'll tell you why. It's the Springfield Dam. I played that map the most because it gave me the most money and I wanted to like complete the game and stuff. But all the other maps are like, they're kind of hard, but compared to this map, they're like Dark Souls. Because with this Springfield Dam map, you can go in a circle pretty much and pick up the same people, well, not the same people, but go to the same destinations, and then it's like a circle. And the map's extremely small, so you go to the same destinations over and over and over again. So it's extremely easy because you just get used to going to these destinations. It's no trouble at all. So there's no reason to play the other maps because there's only one map that you need to play over and over again to get a lot of money. So that's kind of weird that they would make a map that easy. And in that map, there's like most of the destinations you have to go to are really easy, but there's this shack. Okay, it's extremely hard to go to. I always get there with like, well, at least later on, I always get there with 5 seconds remaining. But the other destinations are super easy to go to. And this isn't the first map. This is like the third map you unlock. So it makes no sense. There's no difficulty slope. It's all over the place. There's no consistency in difficulty. It's weird. I don't think they play tested the game. I mean, I hope they didn't, because if they did a really bad job. But this game was rushed to market because The Simpsons was, I think, doing pretty well at the time. This was before the downhill slope. But like, all the problems just stem from it being extremely unpolished, rushed to market, and that's probably EA's fault. That being said, all those cons being said, it's still a fun game, and if you can get it for cheap, which I think is kind of hard to get for cheap these days, and you like Crazy Taxi type games, you may like this game. But then again, you may hate it. I kind of like the game. It was fun, something to play every once in a while. And I played it till the end just to see what would happen. Of course, nothing interesting happened, but that's besides the point. So yeah, if you like the Crazy Taxi games and you can find it for cheap, you would probably be at least a little bit interested in it. But if you don't like the Crazy Taxi games, or if you're not a fan of, if you like hate The Simpsons, if you love The Simpsons, you would probably like this game. But if you hate The Simpsons, don't buy this game because they're always cracking jokes, and I heard the same jokes like a million bajillion times, and it gets really boring. So you're gonna get extremely annoyed. So either don't buy the game or turn the sound off. But yeah, if you don't mind glitches, if you like Crazy Taxi, if you don't mind playing the same map over and over again, or maybe you just want a game that you want to play every once in a while and not all the time, you may want to give this a go. Now, would I pay like $30 or even $20 for it? Nah, it's more like a $10, $5 game. But if you can find it for that much, it may be worth it. Thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.